Welcome back to core.Me Fitness, your favorite YouTube fitness channel. In this episode, you have myself and Whitney doing ball transfer sit-ups on a decline bench. So one rep looks like this. It's when I go up and give her the ball and go back up and get the ball, and that's the equivalent of one rep. So I did 3 sets of 20 reps of this exercise, and Kema did 3 sets of 10 reps of this exercise. And this exercise, of course, is going to be for your abs. I literally just said something like this on Facebook today. You can, a real leader can see the positive personality traits in other individuals a lot of times better than they can see them in themselves. And as a leader, that's your job, to develop these people, to help them develop themselves, to show them who they are, who you see them as, so that they can become the best version of themselves. It's not about actually taking somebody and leading them. It's about enabling individuals to develop themselves so they can be the best possible version of themselves. This is one of the main things about working out. You have to realize that a lot of the problem is the habits that you have. So once you change those habits, then you can achieve the goals that you have set forth for yourself as far as fitness is concerned. And if you transfer these habits over to your everyday life, they can also help in your everyday life to be a much more productive individual of society. Who you are when nobody's watching is a true test of integrity. It tells who you really are as a person, as an individual. Are you still going to give your all, or are you going to try to cheat and half step and not be the same person that you would be if people were watching? If that's the case, then you know you're not that individual that you say you are. You have to be conscious and mindful of who you are when nobody's watching, because that's the real you. Real hustlers can move in silence and still make more noise than the individuals that's actually making all that noise. The thing about it is, like, even in the gym, you can be in the gym and the loudest individual is not necessarily the one that's working the hardest. He's doing what he's doing for attention a lot of times. Well, where I learned a lesson from the strongest man that I know is a dude named John. He'll just go in there and load the bar up with plates, wouldn't say a word, and press the weight. But his work ethic was so loud, you couldn't help but hear him. And he didn't make a sound, wouldn't speak to a soul, but you know he's there just based upon the work that he's putting in. Be like John. If you getting it in while they sleeping and chilling and partying and this and that, the results will show one way or another. Even if it doesn't show in a monetary fashion initially, if you grinding in the gym while they out doing whatever it is that they're doing, your body is going to look different than theirs. They're going to see the difference one way or another. And you just have to have faith in that fact and continue doing what you're doing. And as your results show, then everything else will come with it. Now, this is a sad but true fact, but once people start hating on you, you know that you're doing something right, because people don't, like they said, a thief doesn't try to break into an empty vault, meaning people aren't going to try to pull you down if they don't see some value in you. They see value in you. That's why they try to devalue you by saying the things that they say. And you've never met a hater that's doing better than you. Think about that. It doesn't matter how they look or what they got going on. There's no way that they have more going on than you if they're hating, if they're trying to pull you down. And if they're trying to pull you down, that means that they're already beneath you. Keep these things in mind. But always keep in mind that once they start hating, that means that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Looking at this quote, when they're saying do more than the rest, it brings to mind the concept of do one more. So these individuals said that they always try to do one more then it's required at least one more, or one more than everybody else is doing, because over time you're doing more than everybody else is going to mentally putting you in the mind frame that you're doing more than everybody else, so you deserve more than everybody else. So that is a psychological method to help you get ahead and win. All the limits that we have are self-imposed. We do not have limits. They're just simply in our mind. But the positive thing about that is, if we created those limits, we can also break those limits. We just have to figure out the story that we have to tell ourselves in order to push us, drive us to break those limits. But it is entirely possible. And it is entirely up to you, and me. It's up to us, but we can do it. Your goals have to be more important, and not just the party. It's other things that your goals may have to be more important than. I literally just texted this friend of mine, this girl I know, and just told her, I was telling her that my goals are more of a priority than sex, and that's just a fact. I've had plenty of sex in my life, but I've never achieved the amount of success that I feel like I deserve yet in my life. So with that being said, my goals are more important than sex or relationship or anything. So that's why at the moment I'm single, because this is a priority to me. Succeeding is important to me. Succeeding at what it is that I have set my goals on. That's what it is. That's where I'm at with it. What do you think is at stake when you cease to execute on your goals? What do you think? Well, your self-respect, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your goal, your dreams, everything is at stake. Really, your whole life is really at stake if you cease to execute on your goals. Because what else is there? What else do you have? If you're not executing the things that you are supposed to execute, if you're not displaying the discipline that is necessary for you to achieve the goals that you set forth, what else do you have? I've been working out with other individuals for a while. So can you imagine how many people I've seen get to a certain point in their fitness journey, get their body, close to what they wanted and just quit? I mean, now once they quit, what do you think happened? Do you think they maintained that same figure, or do you think they went back to the shape that they were before they started? The answer is obvious, but that's the point. That's why they say this is a lifestyle. Don't get right there to that point, get comfortable and quit, then regress all the way backwards. Stick with it. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching AKRME Fitness, where we change the world one workout at a time. With that being said, me and Kema are out of here. We'll see you guys very soon right here.